You ever see these guys? The Steelers Dynasty podcast. What morons. Bubba is funny, but that Shane guy's a simpleton. Jamie, pull that clip up. Yeah, the Steelers Dynasty one. Can you believe these dumb Steelers? Fans, watch this crap. Yeah, that's it. Look at these two. Wow. You're watching the Steelers Dynasty podcast with Bubba and Shane. These guys are morons, really dumb, funny, but dumb.
Welcome, everybody, to another exciting edition of Steelers Dynasty podcast. I'm your host, Bubba Brewer, and we will be talking Steelers football. My God, I look so big in this screen. I must have got something right. But anyway, before we start talking Steelers football, I have to introduce my co-host. He is the host of West Virginia Mountaineer Mafia. He's doing 800 million things as we speak. Special field correspondent, Shane Stodmiller. Shane, how you doing?
Papa's sitting there spinning, guys. So, we have a great show for you tonight. We're going to have actually a list. And I know how Bubba hates lists. I like lists.
No, I kind of. I know it depends on. It all depends on the list.
Top three. We're going to rank the best Steelers of all time. Then we're going to ask you, would you pick them for your all-time Super Bowl team? And we're also going to figure out what Super Bowl would be the best Super Bowl team.
Well, so, I was watching
Bubba
something.
Comes in here, we'll get started. But
I'm right here.
Oh, you're there.
Can you hear? I'm right here.
We couldn't hear you. You're spinning.
Oh, what the hell? I can see.
Bubba?
I am not. I am. I seen you. What?
Uh-oh.
What am I doing?
I can hear you now, Bubba.
I'm here. Swear to God, I can see you. I'm on a picture. Hello, can you see me waving?
Yeah, you were just spinning before. Was that me or you? Who was that?
I don't know. Xfinity. I pay my bills. I
just paid mine. So
yeah. Well, I think mine's due tomorrow or Friday. I don't know, but I do pay. It automatically takes out. But when you said something about, I was watching something about the worst top 5 quarterbacks.
Okay.
And number 2 and 1. I want to know if you could guess them, but these two quarterbacks would be probably high on our list.
The top 5 worst quarterbacks?
Yes. This guy must have been smoking crack.
Bobby Brister.
No. I mean, you're a Steeler.
Mark Malone.
No. The second pick he was bashing him so bad. I was getting upset.
Who is this guy?
He's an ultramaroon, but he had number 2 at the worst quarterback position ever, Terry Bradshaw. He had Bradshaw at number 2, the worst ever, due to the fact the first 5 years, okay?
Yeah.
Even though he won 4 Super Bowls, he was like, oh, he sucked in the first 5 years. And then I was like, man, this guy's a douchebag. And then the number 1 quarterback that was terrible, he picked Joe Montana.
This guy is a dickhead.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Okay,
those two guys right there got 8 Super Bowl victories.
Joe Montana could fling it. Terry Bradshaw, you could make the argument he could be one of the most underrated quarterbacks, or I could see you argue he's one of the most overrated quarterbacks.
Yeah. And that first 5 years cancels out when he win 4 trophies.
Yeah,
that guy was
yeah.
And then I think the 5th quarterback was John Elway. And then the worst one he had was Phillip Rivers. I could see Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, Phillip
Rivers. And then he had Eli Manning. He had number 5 was John Elway. Number 4 was Phillip Rivers. Number 3 was Eli Manning. Number 2 was Bradshaw. And number 1 was Joe Montana.
No, he's crap. He's just trying to get clickbait.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. So before I got on, as I always like to look up Steeler news, we haven't signed anybody, but there's been some Seattle. Tyler Lockett he got released by the the Seattle Seahawks. Would you give no? Okay.
No.
Okay. I think he's at the later edge of his.
Yeah, he's a little older, and he's not a guy that on the downswing he's still going to be good. Where like
Well, the Steelers were going to try to get Christian Kirk from Jacksonville. He's going to be released, I believe, tomorrow.
And Carr, I heard that Carr was in the mix.
Speaking of, hi Burns. Yeah.
We're talking tonight about the older Steelers. We're going back in time because we can't wait another week of talking about nonsense.
Yeah. So, Burns, pick your great Steelers up by positions, Burns. And yes, Porn Stash is getting released too.
Well, I want to ask you, if you were to pick, what would be the one position you'd start with as like probably I would say linebackers would be where I'd want to start with the Steelers. Greats.
Oh my
Let's
God,
see what the chat says.
Well, they had a lot. Starting in the 70s to the middle and outside linebackers have been a university for such a long, long time.
Yeah.
And that goes starting with Jack Ham. It all starts with Jack Ham. In my eyes.
Jack Ham is probably one of the top 5 players to ever come out of Penn State.
Okay, so who would be your number one player come out of Penn State?
Oh, I'm not a big Penn State fan, but I mean, he would be number 1 in my eyes, but
okay.
I don't know. Hardy Nickerson.
Hey, you know what? Burns, Hardy wasn't bad, and then he went to Tampa Bay. But I think they had so many linebackers at that time. There is a lot of linebackers in the Steeler. The Steeler linebacking tree is better than Tomlin's coaching tree. I'll tell you that.
The linebackers to pick the top 3, that was the hardest one to go through. Kickers, you can just 2 kickers, boom, boom. I can give those 2 to you real quick. But you go through the list, you're like, oh shit, I forgot about that guy. Oh my. You go back to I only went back to like 65.
Well, the kickers, you know what I mean? Like Boswell and Gary Anderson, but no offense, Gary Anderson won more than Boswell.
Yeah.
Boswell, I think, only won 1 playoff game, I think.
Yeah, but Boswell, they've used him a lot more. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
I don't know. Let's just get balls deep in it. Let's do it.
Balls deep.
Let's do it.
Burns, do you agree with that one? Balls deep. Do you agree with that one, Burns? I think he's probably coming back from a wrestling match. So you want me to you want me to start with the
yeah, we'll start with kickers.
Okay.
We'll go to kickers.
Okay, kickers. Okay. And guys, we're just doing stuff because free agency is next week. Like we're just trying to, keep you guys entertained until free agency comes around. So, hey, Roy Jarella was a good kicker too.
Well, we'll go down through the list, but I agree with these top 2. Do you?
Right now, I would say Gary Anderson. Right now, I think Gary Anderson, I would give a little notch over Boswell. Here's my reason why, is because during the 80s, that's all we had. I mean, even though, Boswell this year in the last doesn't have a lot of offense, but also too, he had Big Ben. Gary Anderson never had a quarterback.
No, he didn't. 82 to 94 was a dry period for Gary Anderson, but I'm going to go with Boswell just because, big kicks, long kicks. He's literally contributed more to the offense in the past few years than probably anybody. So I'm going to have to go with him. Now, Jeff Reed, let's see where he is at on here. Was he brought? Yeah, Jeff Reed's on here.
Number 3. Well, him and towel dispensers. Where's Roy Jarella? Okay, that's what Burns. Well, I say Roy Jarella Sean Sweesum's number 5. Like,
Yeah, he
Burns
played
said,
in
Matt
05.
Barr. I thought Matt Barr would be better than.
Well, Sweeson was with them when he got a Super Bowl, wasn't he?
I believe so.
So let me get back up here.
So is Matt Barr. Matt Barr got a Super Bowl ring, and this guy didn't get nothing. He didn't last long at all. He tore his ACL or something.
So what do you guys think of that? What are they saying in the comments? Let me see here.
Well, Burns said Matt Barr, and Devil said Josh Scobie, who tore his ACL. Burns, he's no Dan Speck at Marion Center. He's
Dan Speck used to tie his shoestring up on that, like his shoe would be quick, like he kicked like an old school. It's crazy.
I believe. Well, wasn't he the first person to get a field goal at Marion Center, or was that Eddie Bazzala?
Wasn't pretty.
So okay. Well, I would say I would take Gary Anderson. Based on the 80s, that's all we had. You're giving the notch to Boswell. Afton said Boz is more integral to the team.
Yeah, Boz has been here 10 years. We often forget that he's been here that long. I mean, he's been here 10 years.
How long was Gary Anderson? Was that 82?
12 years. 12 years.
You know, Gary Anderson came to Pittsburgh, got waived by the Buffalo Bills for like $100 or something.
What?
So that was, that's what, he was waived by Buffalo.
I'm going to fix this so we don't get banned because I have like it's playing The Office or some shit.
Oh, well, The Office is a good TV show.
I've never seen it.
I've never watched the whole episode. You know, but okay, so kickers. You started off with kickers. Okay. Well, what about coaches? What about head coaches?
Well, that's easy, guys. We don't even have to go to coaches.
You're funny, Burns.
What's that?
Burns is funny. He said Gary Anderson because I said so. No.
Well, let's do the greatest coaches here, okay? And you guys can pound sand if you disagree. So let's share this. Let me share this.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Chuck Noll.
I think you're right. I think you're really right. Let's see what they say. Yep. Best thing to come out of Cleveland, Ohio is Chuck Noll.
And wow, Bill Cott. Well, I mean, Tomlin's, he's still going, so that's probably Tomlin's gonna have more winning winning games. John McAnally. Wow. There's no coaches before
no.
You can't. Yeah, those old coaches, they lasted about a year. Look at that coach's history in since 1933.
It's playing this damn thing here. I got to make sure it stops.
What is that?
I don't know how it gets on there. It's like an ad or some shit.
Oh.
So that's a good one. I think that's legit. Noll at number 1.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay.
You don't remember Noll? Oh, Afton.
Afton, you're not that young. You should remember Noll.
I remember my sister chasing him down at training camp and getting an autograph.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to. I'm feeling, guys. Let's just get it done. I'm thinking linebackers.
Okay, linebackers.
Now this, I'll tell you what, I agree with.
But that's middle linebackers. She wasn't into football when she was young.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, Afton. Okay.
And Tom says Chuck Noll was a standard. So, well, that's inside linebackers. He was a middle linebacker. So inside, you got inside and you got outside.
Just doing linebackers.
I think Jack Ham. I would say Jack Ham is better. I always loved Lambert, but just pure prototype of a linebacker, I would switch it up to Jack. I would take Jack Ham.
Yeah.
Jack Ham would be the number 1 in Steeler history.
So Lambert wasn't a middle linebacker. Jack Ham was. Why, right?
No. Lambert was a middle linebacker.
Jack
Yes.
Ham was outside. That's right. Okay.
Yes.
And TJ Watt is number 3, but he's really an edge rusher, so it's a little different story. But
right.
So I would have the edge rushers in there with like the D ends and stuff. It's like a different era, a different scheme.
Okay.
So I would actually put TJ Watt in a different category and put him number 1.
Okay, so who would you pick?
I'd put James Harrison in there, even though he was an edge rusher too.
Okay. Well, so is Greg Lloyd.
Yeah.
So is Kevin Green. So who would be the best edge rusher?
Edge rusher, I would say TJ, then James.
Okay, I would go with TJ. But I mean, pure linebacker, I would go Jack Ham with, that.
I would say Lambert, then Ham. I mean, they're pretty damn neck to neck.
Okay, so what you got a choice of 2 inside linebackers. What 2 inside linebackers would you choose?
Well, I'd take Ham and Lambert just because, I mean, I don't know. That's a good one, Bubba.
It is a good one because there's so many. Like,
and you go down here, you got Greg. You got Joey Porter, and you can't put Joey Porter in the same conversation as Ham and Lambert.
No, but you could put James Ferrier in conversation talk because James Ferrier was very, very steady and very good, and Andy Russell was better than Joey Porter. Andy Russell was better than Joey.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he played, 67, 68. Oh, my gosh. 63 to 76, 13 years.
Yeah, he was a machine. Andy Russell was a machine.
Mike Merriweather.
Merriweather had like 17 sacks one year.
Ryan Shazier's on the list. Larry Foote, Jason Gilden, Chad Brown, Hardy Nickerson.
Robin Cole. Robin Cole. He had the best cheesecake. I got to wear his Super Bowl ring. I drank beer with Brian Hinkle. David Little was good too. Brian Hinkle and Little, they were the 80s. There's a lot. Wait, does that say? Oh, I remember Earl Holmes. Yeah. Jerry Osowski. Wow. Yeah, Burns said Levon Kirkland.
So yeah, guys, that's definitely a good list.
Where's Kendra Bell? Where's Kendra Bell on that list? Remember 22? Him?
Yeah.
22. Boy, he was a rookie of the year, and then he just dropped off the face of the planet.
Yeah, he did. Hey guys, this is probably the most fun. This is the most controversial, but there's not much controversy at the top 2. It's after that,
Well, okay. So if you had a choice, because we went. Now I'm going off script. Okay, 2 linebackers. You take Jack Ham and Lambert. What 4 linebackers would you take?
Lambert, Ham, TJ Watt, and Harrison. Definitely those top 4. I can't disagree with that.
Okay. Burns said he's going with Andy Russell. Russell was good, man. Russell was good. And James Ferrier was good too. I would give James Ferrier and well, you got Kevin Green. Ooh.
Yeah, Kevin Green's in there too.
Would you do well? You know what? I like James Harrison, but I would take Harrison out and put Kevin Green in because Kevin Green was a force.
Yeah, but I think about like the splash plays that I don't know. Like Debo was just undersized and played at Kent State. Jack Lambert did too, but was undrafted.
5 times he got cut by the Steelers.
Yeah, 5 times. He got in when what's his face got hurt and did not come out, played special teams.
What about if we throw out the edge guys?
Yeah, you throw out the edge guys, you definitely put Lloyd in there too. And yeah.
And
I don't know, guys. That's probably a
Timmons
tough one.
said
We'll come back to
Merriweather and Timmons. Tom said Timmons and Merriweather. Merriweather was really good. Now, are you going with Kevin Green because I said Kevin Green?
that. No.
That's Burns. I don't know. I would take Kevin Green in on my 4 and put Debo out. I like Debo, don't get me wrong, but Kevin Green and TJ Watt on the outside, Jack, Ham, and Lambert in the inside. Oh, shit. I just think Kevin Green was just a force, you know?
Yeah.
And then you give honorable mention to Debo on the outside, in my eyes, and then in the middle, you give honorable mention to James Ferrier and Andy Russell for me. That's what I would do.
Yeah. So we did linebackers. We did kickers. Let's do wide receivers. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let me share it. I'll tell you what, guys, this is surprising to me. I would have to. He's my favorite, but he's on there. Hines
and
Ward.
He played. George said Chad Brown. And Afton said
Chad Brown's a good one. That's a good one.
AB, and she took Swan.
I would just, pure talent wise, I would have to say AB is number 1. My favorite of all time is Hines Ward and Lynn Swan.
Oh, okay. So wait, I gotta hit. I'm sorry, I gotta hit the thing. Okay. Who's number 1?
Hines Ward.
Okay.
Do you disagree or agree? He played 13, 14 years.
Well, the thing is, he's got the 2 Super Bowl rings with the Steelers where AB does not.
That's why I put him. I think he's fantastic. I agree with that.
Chase Claypool's not even in my goddamn. I'm not even ranking him anywhere. I don't know how they pick it, Afton. I don't know. I don't know. I would say
people vote. That's how it's ranked.
I would say 2 receivers. But Antonio Brown, I think he played in the Super Bowl against the Packers as a return guy.
Yeah.
I would probably take. Man, this is a rough one.
Once again, you're talking different positions.
Right.
Hines is a slot, like pure receiver. You're taking Lynn Swan and Stallworth and AB all day long.
Well, I would take Stallworth. And AB. Those 2.
Yeah,
I would take Stallworth over Swan.
You would?
Yes.
I would take Swan over Stallworth.
Okay. And the reason why I would have AB because AB would count in these Super Bowl pick show because he played in the Packers.
Yeah.
Okay, but he won it with New England, and I would not take Ouija Thompson. Ouija's not even ranked. So, but okay, so let's do this. Okay, so you're taking Hines Ward.
I'm putting Lynn Swan above Hines Ward. Hines Ward number 2. And then
you're taking Lynn Swan as your number 1 receiver.
I'm taking Swan as my number 1 and Hines Ward's my number 2.
My number 1 is gonna be John Stallworth.
Okay.
And my number 2 is gonna be Antonio Brown. Based on stats and just
athleticism.
Yeah. Okay, so you would get how many receivers can you could have man, I tell you what, we'll just go with 3. We'll just go with 3 Steeler receivers because if you go 4, you're going to pick the obvious. So you have to,
I'm taking Hines Ward, AB, and Lynn Swan.
Okay. I'm going to take Stallworth, AB, and
AB.
Hines Ward.
Let's see who else is on this list. Santonio Holmes, good one.
And Tom said, how about best pair of receivers for the eras? So
that'd be a whole nother show, Tom.
Oh my. Plaxico, Yancey's number 8.
I can't believe Randall L is as low as he is.
Oh yeah. You know why? Because he doesn't have a lot of big stats.
Yeah, he threw a Super Bowl touchdown and caught a Super Bowl touchdown.
Hi, Craig.
How many people can say they did that?
Afton said she's taking Hines and AB. Okay, you got Mike Wallace is number 10? Nah.
No,
I don't
Mike
think
Wallace,
so.
Yeah.
Okay, where's Emmanuel Sanders? Okay, Juju's number 12. He had that one good year. Wow. That Buddy Dow was. Frank Lewis wasn't bad in the 70s. He played real big time at in Buffalo Bills. Ernie Mills, he had that. Yeah, but Ernie Mills should be lower than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Martavius, if you smoking weed. Nate Washington's in the top 20?
Yeah.
Wow. Some people voted kind of crazy. Theo Bell, I remember him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Troy Edwards.
See, he was the number 1 pick. Where was Louis Lips?
He's up at like 14.
No, really? Louis Lips should be higher than that.
I might be wrong.
Okay, George is like, Burns said,
I'm looking for Louis Lips,
Stallworth, and the third would be Yancey.
Louis Lips is number 6, Bubba. There he is.
Okay, so who's 5?
Santonio Holmes.
No, I don't agree with that.
I think he should be lower.
I think Louis Lips should be in the top 5. I think because you have Hines, Swan, Stallworth, AB, Louis Lips. I would have Louis Lips in the top 5. If everybody in the chat, would you guys agree with me? Would you put Louis Lips in your top 5?
Yeah.
But the problem with Louis Lips, though, he never played in a Super Bowl. 50 best. I couldn't name 50 receivers. A lot of them was table scraps.
Well, let's go. Let's see what they have. Heath Miller, of course.
Okay, Heath Miller's number 1. Wow, Eric Green, I remember him. Number 2.
Would you put him at 2?
I'd have to. I would say
I moved him down. I put Pat Freiermuth up there at number 2.
Okay, let's see who you got.
Heath Miller.
Gordy Lockbaum would be in the top 5. Oh, you're funny. I remember him too. Benny Cunningham was pretty good. This
Mark
is hard.
Bruner.
Bruner was a better blocking back. Right. I remember Jimmy Smith.
Randy Grossman.
Grossman was okay.
Man, he did about him.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he got some Super Bowl ring. Vance McDonald in the top 7. Well,
what? Jesse James. Remember he had that catch and they didn't count it?
It would have been a touchdown.
6-7.
Who? Okay, who else?
I'd move him up. He was good.
Burns says, Craig says Heath Miller was his favorite player. And Afton says, I don't love Muth at number 2. And I think Burns says Eric Green was an animal. I agree with you, Burns. But it took him a long time because that Joe Walton offense, they couldn't score. And then when they scored, so who's the top 10 tight end?
Well, they have Zach Gentry.
Nah.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, I did too. He was more of a blocking back. Tooman caught more touchdowns than probably
Matt
Spaeth
Spaeth,
and
remember him?
yeah.
He had 2 3-year
Yeah, we
terms.
don't have, you're right. Tight ends to go to 2 tight ends, you're looking at number 1 to me would be Heath Miller, and I would say right now Freiermuth based on stats.
I agree.
But for Super Bowl picks, it would be like I would have to Benny Cunningham.
Yeah, Benny Cunningham would have to be it. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Heath Miller played in a Super Bowl, so
yes, so it'd be Heath Miller and Benny Cunningham would be my 2 tight ends for Super Bowls.
Quarterbacks. This is going to be easy.
One. You only take one. Oh.
Do you agree with this? Ben before the guy with 4 rings. That's the big question. Do you go by stats or how many?
If you go by stats, you take Ben. I mean, I love Ben, but also too the greatest stats in the world is championships. So,
right.
I mean, Bradshaw's a winner. I'm going to go, even though I love Ben, I'm going to go Terry Bradshaw.
I agree. Terry, move up.
George said Ben. I like
moved him
Terry,
up.
but Ben is quarterback. But rings are a team thing. This is a position question.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I mean,
she's got a point.
That's true.
But also too, we're picking the Steelers
all time
for like a Super Bowl team. Like this is your Super Bowl team to go in.
This is like the best players of all time, and also it goes into the equation. If they have a Super Bowl, would you want them on your all-time Super Bowl team?
But in the tight end, Freiermuth didn't win. He hasn't won a playoff game, so it was based on stats. But it'd be right. Benny Cunningham. I'm going to take the one tight end. Well, the 2 tight ends.
Well, I'm just going by the best of all time, and then
I
was just going to have the conversation about the Super
and
Bowl
Heath Miller. So Heath Miller and Benny played in Super Bowls. Yeah. So for that would be your Super Bowl pick.
Yep, that'd be your Super Bowl team. Yeah.
And that's why I'm picking Bradshaw based on the Steelers Super Bowl pick. You know, Ben has the stats and has 2, but he also has a 1 loss, and Bradshaw has the 4 Super Bowl rings. So, I mean, both of them were great. I mean, you know, he's going to be he'll be a Hall of Famer. Yeah, I mean,
Bobby Lane is number 3.
Number 3 is Bobby Lane. Oh, he used to get drunk all the time. I would say Cordell. Cordell should be number 3.
Cordell being number 3. We're gonna get copyrighted because it keeps popping up with these videos. Neil O'Donnell, number 5.
We're not monetized yet anyway.
Yeah.
Who's after Neil? But Len Dawson. What? Get the fuck out of here.
Tommy Maddox is 7.
Well, Tommy Maddox had a better career at Pittsburgh than Len Dawson did.
I agree. Move him up.
But I mean, if you're taking 2 quarterbacks, you're taking Bradshaw and Ben. But if you're taking one quarterback for your Super Bowl Steeler team, I'm taking Bradshaw.
Would you take Maddox or Neil O'Donnell if you had to pick between the 2?
Oh, I think I would take. I think Tommy Maddox had a better arm, so out of that pick, I would take Tommy Maddox.
I would take Tommy Maddox too, because now Neil O'Donnell got him to a Super Bowl,
but also too they were running the ball.
He threw the ball away too.
I mean, it was that game against Chicago. They beat Chicago and they went on that winning drive.
Yeah.
But Tommy Maddox has the greatest Steeler comeback victory of all time.
Yep.
I think
Let's
I would
go up
take
here.
Afton said receivers would be. No, he's not. No, where's Kenny Pickett at? Fucker, he's
Shut
probably
up.
not even on the fucking list.
Shut
Well,
up.
no,
Bob.
I was curious. He shouldn't be on. He shouldn't be in the.
Mike Tomczak.
Hey, Tom Zach wasn't bad.
Yeah. Oh, come on. He has to be better. Come on, give me a break.
Well, Terry Hambrady was very good coming out of Notre Dame. I mean, that's old school.
Bobby Brister's number 9.
Well, Brister needs to be number 9. I got into him at Kangaroos, and I'm like, you need to fucking get to fucking the hotel. You don't need to be quit drinking. Okay, Joe Gillum, based on natural ability, Joe Gillum should be higher.
Yeah. Byron Leftwich is underrated.
Where's Charlie Batch should be. Charlie Batch should be in the top 15. Mason Rudolph? What the fuck?
You made the list.
What?
Doc made the
Hodges?
list.
Mike Kruzik. Oh, I remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gillum should have made at least the top 10.
Michael Vick should be higher.
Well, he had a couple games with the Steelers.
Yeah.
And people were protesting like gangbusters.
That was fantastic when he
So we haven't even hit Kenny yet. Kenny didn't even.
No, he's not on the list, guys.
Did Charlie Batch make the list? Wait, I saw Charlie Batch. Where did I see Charlie Batch at?
Sorry, guys, went too fast. Landry Jones, Cliff Stout, Todd Blackledge, Joshua Dobbs is ahead of Todd Blackledge.
Well, yeah.
I'm moving fast here. Michael Vick. Okay, that's where we finished off.
Jim Miller. I don't think Jim
Josh
Miller's
Dobbs,
on this.
Todd Blackledge.
Blackledge did not have a good
Cliff
career.
Stout was terrible.
Landry Jones. Dick Schreiner. Dennis Dixon. I remember Dennis. Wow. Fucking Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's not even. And where's Charlie Batch? David Woodley. There's Woodley Burns in the 30s.
David Woodley.
Yep.
Wait.
Wow.
Dwayne
that I mean, he tragically got killed. I mean, could you imagine if he had his head on straight?
Yeah.
If he had his head on straight and when he got killed,
yeah,
he might
have took over for Ben.
He would probably been our quarterback.
Yeah, he probably would have been the guy. Didn't make the list, guys. Kenny Pickett did not make the list. Sorry.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, I don't know where Batch was at. Burns wants to fight everybody because we were making fun of Todd Blackledge.
Yeah. So we talked about kickers already.
Okay, punters.
Cornerbacks.
Oh, cornerbacks.
Ready for it, kids? I don't know. Mel Blount or Rod Woodson, Bubba?
Well, based on Super Bowl picks, you're taking Blount, but you got to have another one on the other side.
Well, Rod Woodson
did play in the Super Bowl, so I would have Blount on one side and Woodson on the other.
I would agree
for the Steelers' all-time Super Bowl team.
Who's your third?
Ike
Taylor, Carnell Lake.
No, not Ike Taylor. And Donnie Shell. Where's Donnie Shell at? Donnie Shell's not a corner. Donnie Shell was a safety.
Brian McFadden's number 9. Ryan Clark I'd put on there.
He was a safety. He's a safety.
Oh, that's right, safety. That's why I was thinking.
I think Donnie Shell's a safety.
Well, I thought Carnell Lake was a safety when I saw that.
Well, I think one year he did play corner, but that's when Woodson got hurt, I believe.
Yeah, okay. Carnell Lake, I think, was a safety. That's crazy.
Joe Hayden. Deshae was not bad. Chad Scott. Oh, he used to get smoked. Dwayne Washington. Dwayne Washington.
Yeah, I think that's a good one there. That Joe Hayden, how many years did he play for the Steelers?
I think he played I think he played 2. He did give us a victory intercepting Tom Brady, though. So, but yeah, Blunt and Rod Woodson. And I don't know if I would put my third one in that one would probably, I would take Carnell Lake, but I thought
I would take Carnell Lake, yeah. Fucking this thing keeps showing videos. I don't understand. Okay, guys. So next one on the list, on our magic list, my guinea pig's making lots of racket today.
Oh wow. What's this? Running backs?
Running backs, guys.
You get to pick 2.
Franco and Jerome. What do you think? I hate to say it, but I would pick.
I can't disagree.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Devil said Hayden had 5 years. I'm sorry, I thought he only played like 2 or 3. And
Levon Bell was so good, and it's so unfortunate we had Levon Bell and AB, and we couldn't get it done.
Well, okay, so you get an honorable mention running back. What honorable mention running back would you pick?
I got
Franco. Also, too, Le'Veon Bell, they never played in a Super Bowl.
Well, just for my top 3, they don't have to play in Super Bowl. I'll tell you who my team is for. I don't know, Bubba. I would have to go with. I'd have to stick with what's here in top 3.
Okay. I will go. 3 running backs would be Franco, Bettis, and who do we got here? Keep going. Down. I do like Rocky Blyer. Burns said Frank Pollard. Devil said Bettis and Bell. Najee, no. James Conner, no.
He should be lower. He was just. I thought Rashard Mendenhall was good.
Oh, I would. You know who I would take as my third, but he didn't get in the Super Bowl, but he's still the Steelers' leading rusher.
Who's
Barry
that?
Foster. I'll take Barry Foster as my third back.
He's up there. Yep.
I'll take Barry Foster. The two backs I'm taking for the Super Bowl would be Franco Harris
Amos
and
is on there. Ever time my Amos Airways story? I probably have.
Oh yeah, you have, I believe.
Yeah. That looks like a picture when he was
when you guys were partying.
Yeah.
Bam Morris, Benny Snell's 24. I mean, it's hard. I mean, Walter Abercrombie. I remember him. I like Merrill Hodge too, but
I would just have to say those two would be, Bettis and Franco. That's just it's a no-brainer, guys. And then you have a bunch of guys that are quality running backs kind of fall in there, but
Sidney Thornton. I remember that. Okay. What's the next category here?
We did the coaches already.
Uh-oh. What's this? Defensive line?
Yeah. No, this is all time.
That's all time Steelers.
We did linebackers.
We did the wide receivers.
We did the receivers.
We did tight ends.
We did tight ends. Quarterbacks. Kickers.
We did cornerbacks.
Running backs.
That's all they got. Oh, okay. So what about how about long snappers? How about your top defensive linemen?
They don't have safeties in here.
No, they don't. So
let's talk about safeties.
Okay, you get 2 safeties.
Let me see if I can pull up safeties.
Troy.
Yep, absolutely.
And Mike Wagner.
Ooh, those are good.
But the third one would be Donnie Shell.
I'm gonna go with.
Gabe Rivera. I mean,
Well, you got like Glenn Edwards in the 70s. My gosh, well, you said Mike Wagner. I would say it's a toss-up between Ryan Clark and Carnell Lake for my third spot.
Okay.
I would say Donnie Shell is number 2 and Troy is number 1.
I think Troy's number 1, and then
what do you think of Donnie Shell at number 2?
I do like Donnie Shell.
He has a bust in Canton. What are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
How about Mika?
Yeah.
Would you put him in there with Carnell Lake and Ryan Clark?
No.
I wouldn't either.
No.
You know, Ryan Clark could lay wood.
Yeah, but he couldn't. He had that condition in Denver, and he couldn't play.
Sickle cell. Yeah. I can't, well, that's. But he's still good. Mike Wagner's good too.
Okay. So, now defensive linemen. You get to pick 4 Steelers defensive linemen.
Okay.
Because I mean, you don't have the rankings. They didn't do that, but you know, based on just the top of your head, I mean, you can base, you know, most of them is going to probably be playing well. See, it'll be rough. Like Cam.
Well, okay.
Cam
I don't know.
Super Bowl. He hasn't been. He never played a Super Bowl, so I mean, neither did TJ. So, man, I would pick.
How about Stefan Tuitt? Would he make your top 10?
No, it would be,
Chemo or Ernie
no,
Holmes?
No, it would be Mean Joe Green would be number 1.
Rhett Kiesel will make my top 10 probably.
I would
Casey
say
Hampton? Would he be on your list?
Yeah, Casey Hampton would be number 2.
Where would Cam Hayward be?
I'd have to have LC Greenwood.
Yep.
But
LC Greenwood,
Cam would make my top 4. But the problem is, Ernie Stottenauer would be pretty good. Burns has taken all 4.
Yeah, Ernie Stottenauer would be number 2.
Burns took all 4 Steel Curtain guys.
Joe Green would be number 1. Cam Hayward would probably be number 3.
Haywood, Hampton, and Banasack.
LC Greenwood is more of an edge guy.
I would take Green, Hayward, Casey Hampton, and LC Greenwood. That would be my 4.
What about Brent Kiesel and Aaron Smith? I think your list is good. Joe Green.
Well, you're getting a recent one with Cam Hayward because I'm putting Cam in due to the fact of his tenure and his his productivity.
Yeah.
And he has more sacks and more tackles for losses than I think Kiesel or Aaron Smith do. Don't get me wrong, Aaron Smith and Kiesel were good, but I think Cam Hayward is a little better, but he just doesn't have a Super Bowl ring. Well, he could have been something, Burns. He could have been something. He just a tragic accident.
Yeah, and he was in a little ass car, a little RX-7.
Oh, it was like a fucking sardine can. Like, man, you're as big as a house. Why do you want to be in a sardine can?
That's crazy.
So, I mean, guys, we were just doing this we don't have next week free agency. Hopefully by next week, somebody will. Somebody, I did. I mean, I do. I like top 5s. I like picks anyway. I mean, it's like, when we do our movies and wrestling and all that other stuff, I always,
talk about shows. Then I'm going to give you my top. We're going to talk about the top at the end of the show. We're going to talk about the top, your favorite 2 Super Bowl teams. But hey, Daredevil, you got to watch it, Bubba. That's all I got to say.
Oh, I am going to do it later tonight. I've been so busy because I'm gearing up. I got I'm praying. I got that interview tomorrow
Thinking about you tomorrow. I'll be
for
everybody.
promotion. Yes,
Cross your
pray.
fingers.
Pray
say a
for
prayer
me.
for
I need
Bubba.
all the help I can get because I've been yeah. I've been yeah. I'm still shredding papers. Well, hopefully my investigation will be coming next week, I think. So I got to keep my mouth shut. Um what was I gonna say? I'm still thinking Super Bowl teams.
I'll give you mine. My favorite
Okay, go
Super
ahead.
Bowl team, and I'll tell you why. Number two, the top three would probably be
Thank you, Devil. Thanks.
70. Number three would be the 78 Steelers. Okay.
That's the one. That's the one against Dallas.
Yeah.
That's the 35-31.
Yep. That was probably one of my, that's up there. Now, I'll give you number one, and number two, I'm going to have to think about because it's kind of in the mix.
Okay.
Number one, and this is the reason being, is I did not watch only one game that season, but it was the Chicago snowstorm where
I was there
running roughshod.
I was at that
I
game.
was sitting in my hooch in Iraq, and someone said the Steelers are on. So I went to the chow hall and I sat there and I watched it, and it was amazing. And then I flew home the day before the Super Bowl. I was tired of shit, like jet lagged, and I watched the Steelers win, and it just has that special place because I kind of needed that, and it was just a good story. So that would be my number one. My number two would probably be the 08-09, when another deployment, I was gone again, and Big Ben pulled it out. So, those are my top three.
Okay. I would say in the 35-31 victory over the Cowboys because I was a little kid.
Yep.
Now the Rams they were all older and they barely they hung on. You know what I mean?
That was
and they
79.
got that. Yeah, it would be 880. Yeah, but I think because it was such a long drought, 26 years. Because I was up at Drillers, and when the Steelers beat Seattle, it wasn't statistic wise. It was just the thrill of winning. Now, don't get me wrong. I like the Cardinals game too, even though the Cardinals were 9-7 in a wild card, and Kurt Warner was lighting us up. But that drive, Ben should have got MVP because he led that drive.
Yeah.
And Debo had that 100-yard interception, which is to me is probably one of the greatest plays in Super Bowl history.
Absolutely.
But I would say that drive is probably the greatest drive in Super Bowl history. Because Ben, was incomplete the first time and he went right back to it again. I don't care what anybody says about New England and Seattle when they should have ran the ball and then they, he threw that interception.
Seattle had a good defense that year.
Yeah.
And it was amazing,
Yeah.
And
the bus one too. So
that bus was fantastic. A friend of our show, Steve Monteleone, from It's All About the Warrior. Coached Debo's kid, as we talked about on the show. But guess where he's coaching next year as the offensive coordinator? He was at North Allegheny, big school. Next year, he's going to be Slippery Rock. He's going to be my kid's offensive coordinator.
Wow.
It's crazy. So, congratulations to him.
Yeah, congratulations to Steve.
So,
wow. Yeah, but I don't know, man.
You're nervous.
Well, I'm not nervous. I look at it this way. I deserve a promotion because I worked my ass off. Even though my job is whatever.
Don't want to go in there thinking you deserve it. Because here's the other thing too, Bubba.
Okay.
They have their mind made up.
That's true.
So
I mean, I shouldn't say I deserve it. Let's put it this way. I know I do good work.
We know you deserve it, but you shouldn't say you deserve it.
No, I'm not going to say that tomorrow. But also too, you know, I have to, my mouth got me in trouble. So I have to wait for this they were going to do the investigation today. And yeah, and they didn't, because I had the interview tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So, because I'll be honest with you, I want to get back into working some overtime. So
yeah, that'd be great.
Well, I mean,
everything's gonna be fine.
I know, but 13 years, my record's been unblemished. I never had any issue, and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? You can't say, and I can't hold people accountable. I have to change my way I work. You know, yeah. It was yes, it was really shitty timing. And let's just say I'm owning up to what I said. I'm not bashful. I can't say what I said, right, but I'm owning up to it. People don't do that. My union, nobody's got back to me yet. Like, it's been it's 15 days. So, and
you'll have to have representation when you go in. So
I have to have representation. I have my 5-page witness statement, but you know, look, if this podcast right here was paying for I wouldn't give a fuck.
You say deuces, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would. I would be like, whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love doing this stuff with you, and it's great. But if we were making money, you know, it'd be great.
Well, I'm 6 months away from being vested in my job, so
oh, awesome.
That put me over my 20.
Nice.
But you know what, guys? This, no matter what we do, whether we're baling hay, haul manure,
I don't know about baling hay. I can't do that anymore, man.
Or giving massages at the local.
If I do that, it's to the other one in the other room here.
Justin Tucker, does that feel good?
Yeah,
Justin Tucker, you like that? Is that your sweet spot, Justin? Yeah. How about over here?
You know what? He's probably gonna go kick somewhere. He's gonna make more money. You know what I mean? He's gonna make some money. Sucks.
So Claude's giving WVU the top of the.
Oh. Well, like I said, guys, next week, like free agency is the 10th, but you know, it'd probably be the 12th. And by that time, by Wednesday, we'll have some people signed and we can start talking, and it's game on. And I want to do another draft, a mock draft. Maybe next week we can try to do one, or you do one, and then I'll do one, and we'll compare it next week.
We're at 319, ladies and gentlemen. I just checked.
And the thing is, with this mock draft, this time we can't do no trades. No trades on this draft. And then we'll do another one where we can do a trade. Yes, 319.
Oh, centers. We didn't do centers. I would say Mike Webster, hands down. Jermani Dawson, number 2. Then Pouncey.
Dawson. Webster and Dawson.
Yep. Jermani Dawson's number 2.
And Dawson, and for the Super Bowl team would be Webster. Because Dawson
Mike Webster.
Yeah.
He slapped the shit out of people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mike was a beast. So, okay.
Fast.
Hey, I met him at the Indiana Fair. Actually, I thought I had an autograph. I have Chucky and Gobi. I have him autograph over here. I met him, whatever. I got a whole bunch. I got to follow them all autograph over there. But, okay. Devil says, okay.
That's a good order.
Yeah.
I saw Jared an iron in a sweatshirt.
He was pumping the weights, man.
And it fit him. Thank God.
Yeah. Well, he's bulging out at the seams.
Yeah, he's filling it out.
Yeah, next week we'll probably sign. We might have a quarterback by next week.
Do a couple videos maybe.
And then, well, if they sign somebody before Wednesday, we'll definitely be doing something because we'll be talking Tuesday with Mark. I listened to Mark's new show with the guy from Ireland today.
How was that?
That was pretty good.
What's the name? Is it a new podcast?
It's his Good Day. Oh my God. Good Day Steelers Australia or Good Day Australia or something. It's the one where he does with the Steeler Network. He does.
Oh,
He had to come up with a different name.
I'll have to listen to. I'll have to subscribe.
Yeah, it was like 40 some minutes. I mean, it's on his main YouTube channel.
Then I can find it. Good.
Yeah.
So busy, I haven't had a chance to listen to much.
Well, I usually listen to stuff in the gym, and I listened to his show today, and I listened to Steeler Syndicate talk about receivers. So I listen to DB. Yes, thank you, Steeler Curtain Network. Thank you. We didn't have these people, I don't know what we do.
Hey, it's better than the Meat Curtain Network.
Good Day Steelers Nation, I think. Yeah, I think it was something. Well, yeah. So, but and the thing about this thing is I can download stuff and we'll have little snippet clips probably tomorrow, like this whole show. And okay, that could be the name. Yeah. And then like I said, if something pops up, we'll do a video. Definitely next Wednesday. We should have a quarterback by then, and then we will do Shane will do a mock draft, and I will do a mock draft, and we will present it on the show, and we'll go through it with no trades next week.
I sent you a mock draft with Millam being picked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I've seen that. I think what was that?
Was awesome.
The third or fourth round or something. Yeah. The Meat Curtain Network.
That's what I said. I said the Meat Curtain Network.
Oh, God. Okay, well, Shane, I will see you because I gotta start preparing.
Text me after your interview and make sure you have follow-up questions.
Yeah, I will. I'm going in, shaking her hands.
And don't ask them, what color panties they have on or what color is the Black Panther.
No.
Or smell my finger. None of that.
None of that. Oh, Triple B tomorrow night. Yeah, Devil. If I'm gonna watch Daredevil tonight. So.
Oh, you better go do that, Bubba. Think about just watch it. You could text me while you're watching it because the first 20 minutes you're just like, holy shit.
Well, okay, yeah, because I'm gonna do a show tomorrow night, and I'll probably do that at 9:00. So.
Sounds good,
but
kids.
Yeah, Devil, get ready for tomorrow. Okay, guys. Okay, I'll see you guys. See you, Shane. See you, Steeler Nation.
See you guys.
Peace out, everybody.